This is DMG and welcome to 7D System, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the fantasy monster, the rat. It's not really fantastical, it's more just a common, ordinary, well, you're going to see it's not. Rats, they are everywhere. These clever rodents have mastered the skill of surviving almost anywhere in the world. Some have even claimed to have encountered them in trans-dimensional planes and magical realms. One thing is for sure, you should never dismiss a rat as simply a small, insignificant creature. Rats have been the constant companions of all the intelligent species of humanoid since long before any other creature was domesticated. In certain religious circles, they are believed to be the eyes and ears of the gods, constantly watching, constantly listening. Many a beggar will tell you that the real riches of the cities lie with the rats. You may hear tales from old grizzled adventurers of the Rat King swarm, thought to have once been seen defeating a troll. These small furry rodents have powerful incisors that can rip through most materials. Their elongated finger-like toes and strong tails are ideal for climbing. Their long, sensitive whiskers aid them in navigating tight spaces, and their tails help them with balance when scampering through the environment. Their fur varies a bit in color from black and brown to light gray and white. They tend not to make a lot of noise, but are capable of audible squeak or a shriek to coordinate with other rats. Traditionally, most intelligent species disregard rats as dirty disease carriers. While it is true that they were responsible for initial spread of the drooling rage plague and the blue pox, they do not in fact cause disease themselves. They just come in contact with contaminated corpses very easily. Many societies make the eradication of rats a primary concern. Professional rat catchers are usually well paid, but not well respected in large and dense urban communities. Old wives' tales talk of giant rat treasure hoards piled in dark dungeons well below the capital cities of the known world. These are often laughed off by all but the less fortunate begging in the streets. There have been some small religious cults that worship the rat as a sacred animal, and they believe that having rats around was a blessing. Sadly, these societies became overrun, cursing them to abandon their homes to those once sacred vermin. Rats prefer to live in urban environments. Intelligent species of humanoids generate a considerable amount of nutritious waste that rats prefer. While they do not limit themselves to humanoid civilization, you find fewer colonies of rats the further away you go from humanoid dwellings. They are nocturnal scavengers. They collect as much as they can to build their nests and provide food for themselves and the rest of their colony. They live in cavities and burrows connected by intricate tunnels they create through the structures and dwellings. They will practically eat anything organic for sustenance. Rats' nests often contain shiny items. As they are intelligent creatures, they become fascinated by intricate and shiny objects. It is not uncommon for rat catchers breaking up a nest to find coins, jewelries, and other interesting items. As such, when rats are encountered and their nest is found, they have an economic level of 1. They breed with exceptional speed. A small colony of rats can explode into several other colonies within a few months. Areas of decay, like dungeons, that still provide a good food source, can become overrun very quickly. Adventurers returning to a place which once had only a few rats may find themselves overwhelmed only a couple of months later. Some rats have been known to set up nests inside the bellies of undead creatures like zombies. These mindless automatons make perfect mobile nests. Sometimes rats are even found living in the decaying clothing or rotting fur of undead skeletal creatures and rotting corpses. Rats live in colonies from 5 to 30 individuals of one gender. Female rats rear the young and provide for their colony of their female counterparts. Male rats in small colonies will protect territory, while larger colonies they roam around and rely more on social interaction to determine the value of other rats to their group and are far less territorial. Leadership changes quickly due to the rapid rate at which a colony can grow. Rats can be encountered anywhere as individual rats, but as large groups they usually only encountered in sewers, dungeons, and basements near humanoid settlements. It is possible to encounter them in the wilds, but it is far less likely. Most encounters with rats begin in the dark. As rats tend to stay out of sight during the day, they are most comfortable roaming at night. When a rat colony resides within an undead creature, they emerge when the undead host is initially damaged or injured. As the host is their territory, they will defend their home against the aggressor. However, they are not in league with the undead, and so do not fight on behalf of other undead that might be in the area, only the corpse they call home. This emergence is always a surprise to the attacker, and the rats gain a surprise attack. Rats tend to attack and evade. When things are not going their way, they are quick to disappear into burrows, down drains, and other cavities nearby, so that they may regroup. Rat colonies will often return to attack after a short period in order to attempt to ward off the intruders. Rats can easily be distracted by shiny things. If a purse is cut and coins spill on the ground, rats may emerge to claim these prizes. Not entirely, but a portion of the objects are squirreled away to their nest. Anyone following a rat will eventually find its nest. However, following a rat takes a great deal of skill, as they have acute senses and are usually aware of your presence before you are of theirs. When attacking, rats can attack both as individuals or as a swarm. When attacking as a colony, 7 or more rats can band together in a swarm, rather than attacking as individuals. As a swarm, the rats become a single creature of a size equal to the number of rats in the swarm. They no longer attack as an action, but rather as a complete action similar to a charge. They envelop the target and count as automatically hitting the target each turn that the target is enveloped. These swarms can be very dangerous when the number of rats in the swarm exceeds 10. Any damage done to the swarm is counted as a rat lost, thus reducing the size of the swarm by the number of rats killed. When 7 or more rats are killed, the swarm disbands and the other rats scurry away to safety, and all the rats are considered neutralized, even if there were a considerable number of them left. These rats may return at a later stage, but not until a great deal of time has passed. Getting out of the swarm is an action. The target cannot perform any other actions while enveloped. The usual rules for size with regard to damage and protection apply. Rat bites can cause disease, especially those living off corpses or in corpses. The disease is difficulty level 1, and the disease is determined by the director. So that's the rat! Now you can get the PDF for this, link in the description below, and this PDF contains not only the ecology, it also contains the combat strategy guide, the little stat card, and some little paper minis as well that you can use in any of your games, not necessarily just 7D system. Now if you like this video, like button! You can also check me out on Facebook and Twitter /7D system, and if you'd like to support these videos, patreon.com/7D system. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, youtube.com/7D system, and click subscribe. Thank you for coming, and in the next video we're going to talk about skeletons.